Burnout. It's a thing that a lot of YouTubers go through. And in the case of Minecraft YouTubers, you can get burnout from the game itself. I have been through this before. This is something that I experienced specifically for building. I had a pretty lengthy time where I wasn't doing many Let's Play videos. Let's just say that. But I've gotten over it, and I'm doing a lot better now with it. But how do you get over it, or how do you even prevent it? I think the important thing is to know how I became burned out, because it can happen to a lot of people. For me, I think the main issue has to be with building too big. I was building a mega build, a mega base, I should say, on Adults Play Minecraft. This is actually a while ago now. I built a base that was so big that I couldn't finish it, and I was quite simply getting bored with it. But what this ended up doing is it just made me not want to build. So I just didn't for quite a while. It was not even in my single player worlds. I just didn't want to. And it took me a while to get over it. Now, I think that the main thing about mega builds is doing something repetitively. It's the same thing over and over again. And during a session, you don't see a lot of progress. And that's demotivating. And I just couldn't figure out how to make it better. Well, I do know how to make it better. In my case, I just avoid doing mega builds now. But that's not all. That isn't the only thing, of course. There are some other things that I do now that prevent any kind of burnout, although it's not 100% foolproof. I mean, it could happen again, but in my case, I'm just taking things a very, very different way. So I'll tell you how. And maybe this will work for you if you're experiencing burnout yourself. So first of all, don't build too big. Just keep things on a smaller scale, and that should help quite a lot. If you keep building big, like I said, you may not see the end of it. It just seems so far away, and you're not getting the satisfaction of finishing anything. And just constant building of one thing for a very long time. So try to take on smaller projects. If you are doing a mega build, make it so that you actually have achievable targets. So, for example, if you're building a castle, do specific parts of the castle, like the feast hall or the king's or the queen's chambers, I guess you can say, the bedroom, things like that, the throne room, and just keep them in small bite-sized achievable targets. Really, just make it so that it's not going to be too difficult to achieve. And that is one thing. And don't just work on only that, because sometimes the monotony of it can get to you. Go away from it for a while and work on something else. And that should help. In fact, this is something that I do a lot on Brambles. So right now I'm building something. It's a fairly large project, and it's the city hall for our city. And I get bursts of inspiration to build onto it, and then there are other times where I just don't want to touch it. It's going to take a little while, mostly because it is, well, it's all one color at the moment. and it's kind of a classical shaped city hall, I guess you could say. So a lot of it is repetitive, so I take breaks, and I just find that important, at least for me. So other things that I do is I make sure that I have multiple projects to work on. If I have just one big project, I am going to experience burnout. So you may have noticed on my main channel, I have 3 Let's Plays going on. Hardcore, regular survival. That one is Saga of Labyrinthum. That's my long-term world. And Create. So I was working exclusively on Create for 3 videos, I think it is. Yeah. And then I decided I'm going to just alternate between the 3. And that variety gives me the ability to come in refreshed on each one. And it also gives me ideas. Over time, I get these ideas. And it makes it easier to work on it. It's just... I don't know how to say it. It just feels like I'm able to work more efficiently on each one. I get different degrees of motivation sometimes. So, I may just decide that I want to do 2 episodes of one. It might happen. But as I am working on these, I do get these ideas. In fact, I'm working on the single player world right now. And after that, I'm going to be working on Create. And I've got ideas for Create. I know exactly what I want to build. So it's there in my mind and ready to go. So the motivation is there. The creativity is there. So it is helping quite a lot. Now, this may not be for everyone. Some people can't work on multiple projects. They think this is too much to do. And in some cases, it could be that way. But for me, I just feel like I'm able to feel refreshed going into each one. So I'm not boring myself. I'm not finding that I'm getting bored with it, which is a good thing, of course. But yeah, but the thing is, these 3 series, 2 of them are short term. Hardcore ends when I die. Create, I have a goal in mind, and that is to build a modern city, and then I'm done. I don't think I plan on extending it any longer than that. As for the Saga of Labyrinthum, that is my long-term forever world, and I want to build that for a very long time. And I want to see where that goes. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens, because my inspiration changes over time. So what I'm thinking of building now, I may actually decide to change that and build something a little bit different, which is fine. I think that's interesting sometimes to just do different things like that, But that's what I do. I just make sure that I'm doing various things, not just one thing. It keeps me from getting bored with just that one thing, and it keeps me from burning out. Now, what about you? Have you experienced burnout in Minecraft? What did you do to solve that? Or did you solve it? Let me know in the comments below. Hello, Enderman. Yeah. And what do you do to avoid burnout? Again, let me know. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like that, then please don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.